we are not all gonna make it. WAGMI was a scam. I think this is clear. But some of us could make it. Will make it. Hopefully. Vesta, did you copy and paste your docs from Liquidity who you forked and you forgot to go through and remove all the spots that say Liquidity? This is why you read docs, folks. I think this is a good demonstration of why you read docs. That I exposed them. Should I name this video? Should I do YouTube clickbait? Should I do the thumbnail? Exposed. Vesta exposed. Hey everybody, David here from DeFi Mafia, doing something a little different today. We're doing a bit of a new YouTube series where we are going to be, or I'm going to be, doing like deep dives on different projects, live analysis, live research, whatever you want to call it. Don't really have a name for the series. Just basically wanted to do something that was separate from just like the podcast where we talk about more general topics and be able to kind of go deep into like a specific protocol, specific topic. Like I was thinking about maybe doing a tokenomics series because I think a lot of people don't understand tokenomics. You'd be surprised, like even people at funds and protocols I've spoken to don't even really understand all the mechanisms that can go into various tokenomic designs. But anyways, this is going to be more like an informal series where literally I'm just going to be like live researching and deep diving on things, and you can do it with me. And I thought it might be interesting because I know like I've watched other people do live deep dives and research on things. And I think it's interesting. So maybe you guys will enjoy. If you do, let me know. Today, we are going to start with a protocol specific deep dive, and it is Vesta Finance. I kind of didn't know which one to do first. I was thinking maybe doing like a back to basics, like some DeFi blue chips, like maybe Aave or like, I don't even know, just some of the basic stuff. Maybe probably not Uniswap, like that's too basic, but I figured let's do something a little more interesting. Vesta, which Vesta is a little similar to Aave. We'll get into what Vesta is. I know surface level what Vesta is, but I don't know like super in detail all the mechanisms behind the scenes. So I'll be learning along with you on this one. It's not going to be like I know a ton about this going into it. So yeah, we're just going to get started. All right. So as far as my like research process, I don't have a specific one. I've honestly changed it a lot over time. So my go-to for like notes and research is Notion. I prefer Notion. I'm sure a lot of you use that as well. But as far as like certain structures that people have for like studying and taking notes and stuff, I don't really have that. I've tried a bunch of things. I kind of just like to be a little loser. So that's what we're going to do. And you can follow along. I'll have some of my notes on screen. And you guys can take your own notes if you want to, or just listen, whatever. So let's get started with Vesta. So Vesta is a protocol that kind of did somewhat of what I thought Aave should have done. Which is basically they are kind of like Aave where they let you borrow and against collateral, but they will issue their own stable coin called VST in exchange. And that stable coin, I believe, is collateralized. We're going to get into like all the details of their stable coin. But by doing this, the biggest advantage is that they're able to make money through stablecoin issuance. And so they're able to offer, as you can see over here, their tagline, Vesta Finance allows you to borrow collateralized stablecoin VST against supported crypto assets with no interest rate. So they can do interest rate free lending because you're using their stablecoin. Now, when I said that I thought Aave should do this, this was before the whole Terra Luna collapse. So things in the stablecoin world have changed quite a bit. But yeah, let's get into Vesta and see what they're up to. So starting with their docs, Vesta is a layer 2 first lending protocol. Oh, it's on Arbitrum. That's another thing. Layer 2 first lending protocol that allows users to obtain maximum liquidity against their collateral without paying interest. How it works. Stablecoin users can deposit collateral to mint VST, the Vesta stablecoin. Multi-collateral users can deposit collateral, ETH, REN, BTC, etc. to mint VST. More types of collateral come soon. Low collateralization ratio. A user's collateral vault is required to be collateralized at a minimum collateralization ratio, much lower than that of the competition. Example, 110% for ETH, 110% for BTC, and 175% for Geom, which is interesting. We'll kind of get into why they have that for Ohm. Immediately redeemable, VST holders can redeem their VST stablecoins for the underlying collateral at any time. The redemption mechanism, along with algorithmically adjusted fees, guarantee a minimum stablecoin value of 1 USD. Community-oriented tokenomics, 50% of the supply was shared to the community, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So that's basically what Vesta is. It's like Aave, except imagine instead of you're borrowing like whatever, if you borrow DAI or USDC or something against your loans on Aave, you borrow their specific, if there was like a AUSD or something like that, which is the Australian dollar. So not AUSD, Aave USD. They have to come with their own name. Anyways, overview. Let me kind of scan through this. Okay, the stablecoin tokens are economically geared towards maintaining value. 1 VST equals 1 USD to this because of the following properties. The system is designed to always be over collateralized. The dollar value of the locked ether exceeds the dollar value of the issued stablecoins. The stablecoins are fully redeemable. Users can always swap X amount worth of VST for X dollars worth of underlying collateral minus fees directly with the system. The system algorithmically controls the generation of VST through a variable issuance fee. The issuance fee is interesting. That was something I wanted to dig into a little more. After opening a vault with some collateral, users may borrow tokens such that the collateralization ratio of their vault remains above 110%. A user with $1,000 worth of underlying collateral can issue up to 909.09 US VST, not USD. Big difference. The tokens are freely exchangeable. Anyone with an Ethereum address can send or receive VST tokens, blah, blah, blah. The tokens are burned upon the repayment of a vault debt. The Vesta system regularly updates the price of collateral against USD via decentralized data feed. When a vault falls below a minimum collateralization ratio of 110%, it is considered under-collateralized and is vulnerable to liquidation. All right, very interesting. So let's take a couple notes here. Honestly, I'm probably not going to take a ton of notes. Let's see. I'll just say overview. Okay, basically, and when I write notes, I write it for myself. I don't write it for like anyone else reading it. So I'm just gonna write what makes sense to me and basically of like what I've been talking about. So it's like Aave, except if Aave issued their own stablecoin, they make money with issuance fees, so they don't have to charge interest to borrowers. Okay, cool. I think that's decent for now. I may do about the founders because I wanted to know more. This is a Tetranode project, or at least one of his like incubated projects. So I wanted to kind of go into those connections there a little more deeply because I don't know the full details on that other than just he was involved at the start. Yeah, okay. So let's continue. Liquidation and the stability pool. Vesta utilizes a two-step liquidation mechanism in the following order of priority. So liquidation, for those listening, obviously happens when the collateral goes over, or sorry, with the borrow amount goes under the value of the collateral beyond the accepted threshold. And then liquidations automatically happen. So number one, offset under collateralized vault against a stability pool containing VST tokens. Number 2, redistribute under-collateralized vaults to other borrowers if the stability pool is emptied. Vesta primarily uses VST tokens in its stability pool to absorb the under-collateralized debt, i.e. to repay the liquidated borrower's liability. Any user may deposit VST tokens to the stability pool. This allows them to earn the collateral from the liquidated vault. This is similar to lots of different protocols use this. Basically, if you're a liquidator and you want to profit off of people basically being under collateralized, you can bid on liquidations and make money on the arbitrage. And so by providing that incentive for liquidators, platforms like Vesta are able to keep the collateral above a certain level at all times. Okay, so when a liquidation occurs, the liquidated debt is canceled with the same amount of VST in the pool, which is burned as a result, and the liquidated ether, it's more than just ether, but they wrote ether here, okay. The liquidated ether is proportionally distributed to depositors. Stability pool depositors can expect to earn net gains from liquidations, as in most cases, the value of liquidated ether will be greater than the value of the canceled debt, since a liquidated vault will likely have ACR just below 110%. Okay, so so they do full liquidations, it looks like, because some of these will do partial liquidations. So like, for example, say like in this case, you can borrow $900 against your $1,000. They will, and say, your collateral goes down to like 950, and now I don't know the math off the top of my head. It would be like, I don't know, 800 something. Let's just say 850 will be your threshold as far as what you can borrow, but you're borrowing 900. Well, then they're going to liquidate just the $50 or maybe plus a little extra to get you below that threshold. They're not going to liquidate the full amount. It looks like they liquidate the full amount, which is probably not ideal. Let's keep reading. Maybe they mentioned that. So if the liquidated debt is higher than the amount of VST in the stability pool, the system tries to cancel as much debt as possible with the tokens in the stability pool and then redistributes the remaining liquidated collateral and debt across all active vaults. Anyone may call the public liquidate vaults function, which will check for under collateralized vaults and liquidate them. Alternatively, they can call bash liquidate, blah, 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 blah. Okay, liquidation gas costs. Currently, mass liquidations performed via the function above. Cost 65K per gas. That's the system, blah, 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 blah. Liquidation logic. Okay, this is getting more technical. If you want to read the technicals of how the liquidations work, you can come here. Gains from liquidation. Stability pool depositors gain deposited collateral value over time as liquidated debt is canceled with their deposit when they withdraw all or part of their deposited tokens or top up their deposit. Wait, let me read it again. Sorry. I will say one thing I'm not used to is when I'm reading out loud, which obviously, when I'm taking notes for myself, I'm normally not reading out loud. And I'm kind of trying to explain things as I go. It's hard to fully take in everything I'm reading as I'm like reading it out loud. I will say that. I feel like it reminds me of like when you're in school and you have to read in front of the class. Remember like English class, they would make you read the book in front and they'd like take turns, and then you like have no idea what you just read, but you just want to make sure you pronounce the words properly. That's how I feel right now. Anyways, stability pool depositors gain deposited collateral over time as liquidated debt is canceled with their deposit when they withdraw all or part of their deposited tokens or top up their deposit. The system sends them their accumulated gains. Similarly, a vault's accumulated gains from liquidations are automatically applied to the vault when the owner performs any operation, example, adding / withdrawing collateral, blah, blah, blah. Okay, gas compensation. I don't know if I want to read all this. In Vesta, we want to maximize liquidation throughput and ensure the under collateralized vaults are liquidated by liquidator, blah, 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 blah. However, gas fees can be substantial. Gas compensation is paid in a mix of VST and the collateral, while the collateral is taken from the liquidated vault. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so they basically have a system for compensating for gas costs. This is on Arbitrum. I don't know how much the gas is going to cost. Hopefully not that much. It'd be different if this is Ether 1, so not a big concern for me. Liquidation, when a vault is liquidated, 0.5% of its collateral is sent to the liquidator along with 50 VST liquidation reserve. Thus, a liquidator always receives per vault they liquidate. The collateral remainder of the vault is then either offset, redistributed, or a combination of both, depending on the amount of VST still in the stability pool. Okay, interesting. Stability pool. All right, this is what I wanted to read about. This is important. Okay, so the stability pool is basically how they keep this damn stablecoin stable. Which, given again all the hubbub surrounding stablecoins, is what I'm very interested in. So any VST holder may deposit VST to the stability pool. It is designed to absorb debt from liquidations, the reward depositors with the liquidated collateral, and reward depositors with liquidated collateral shared between depositors in proportion to their deposit size. Okay, makes sense. Since liquidations are expected to occur at an ICR of just below ICR, something collateralization ratio. I'm sure they've mentioned it and I skipped over it. I'm guessing ICR means something collateralization ratio. Okay. And even in the most extreme, hold on, let me double check real quick. Did they mention ICR? ICR. They say ICR here. I don't think they gave a definition for ICR. Depends on the ICR of the vault. Total collateralization ratio is TCR. Am I going crazy? Yeah, they don't. Oh, okay. I'm not. All right, there you go. There's the proof. Where's the definition of ICR? Did they give it in the overview? No. No, they didn't. All right. See, I'm not crazy. That tells you, by the way, when you read docs, you'll notice a lot that there's like lots of errors in docs all the time. This is like a very minor error. I'm assuming ICR means something collateralization ratio. I don't know what the I stands for. I'm trying to infer. Issued collateralization ratio because they issue the VST. I don't know. Anyways, the allowed backing, basically the allowed collateral, basically. Okay, so since liquidations are expected to occur at an ICR of just below 110%, and even in the most extreme cases still above 100%, a depositor can expect to receive a net gain from most liquidations when that holds. The dollar value of the collateral gain from a liquidation exceeds the dollar value of the VST loss, assuming the price of VST is $1. We define the collateral surplus in a liquidation as collateral minus debt, where blank dollar value represents dollar value. Okay. At a VST price of $1, troves with ICR greater than 100% have a positive collateral surplus. Okay, troves, I'm guessing, are specific vaults, is what they're calling them. Yeah, a note for anyone from Vesta listening: you should add more definitions to things. Clarify. So I'm guessing troves is their name for vaults. Okay. After one or more liquidations, a deposit will have absorbed VST losses and received collateral gains. The remaining reduced deposit is the compounded deposit. Stability providers expect a positive ROI on their initial deposit. That is the formula being parentheses. Oh, no, never mind. Collateral gain plus compounded deposit is greater than initial deposit. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Mixed liquidations and offset redistribution. Okay, this is interesting. So, like, if someone has two collateral, that they have ETH and BTC as collateral, how does it work? Okay, so when a liquidation hits the stability pool, it is known as an offset. The debt of the vault is offset against the VST in the pool. When X amount of VST debt is offset, the debt is canceled, and X VST in the pool is burned. When the VST stability pool is greater than the debt of the vault, all the vault's debt is canceled, and all the but then they say vault here. So what is a trove? Okay, I don't know. Whatever. Let me go to their app. That's a good question. Here we go. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, they call them vaults. So I don't know what troves are. Claim your Vesta products. All right, we'll come back to this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, when the VST stability pool is greater than the debt of the vault, all the vault's debt is canceled and collateral is shared between depositors. This is a pure offset. It can happen that the VST in the stability pool is less than the debt of a vault. In this case, the whole, oh, look at that little typo, the two thes. We're just Vesta. I'm sorry. We're just catching all the little minor errors in there. You guys need to hire Mafia to come in and spruce up your content. We'll help you out. Hit my DMs. All right. In this case, the whole stability pool will be used to offset a fraction of the vault's debt, and an equal fraction of the vault's collateral will be assigned to stability providers. The remainder of the vault's debt and collateral gets redistributed to active vaults. This is a mixed offset redistribution. Okay, so let me read that again, because honestly, I wasn't was fully paying attention again. Happened, like I said. It's try. I'm gonna listen for anybody getting annoyed. I'm not sure if I'm being annoying. Go read out loud and imagine you're like doing a video about it, and see if you retain everything you're reading. Okay, let me let me read that again. In this case, so hold on. It can happen that the VST in the stability pool is less than the debt of a vault. I'll get better. Don't worry. I promise. I'll get better. It's the first video. This is just a rough cut. Okay, we'll get better. Okay, the stability pool is less than the debt of a vault. So there's less VST in the stability pool than the vault. Okay, in this case, the whole stability pool will be used to offset a fraction of the vault's debt, and an equal fraction of the vault's collateral will be assigned to stability providers. The remainder of the vault's debt and collateral gets redistributed to active vaults. This is a mixed offset and redistribution. Because the collateral fraction matches the offset debt fraction, the effective ICR of the collateral and debt that is offset is equal to the ICR of the vault. So for depositors, the ROI per liquidation depends only on the ICR of the liquidated vault. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Basically, if there's not enough VST, they just pay you with collateral, so that's fine. Okay, stability pool, deposit losses, and collateral gains implementation. Okay, so deposit functionality is handled by stability, blah, blah, blah. Stability pool also handles the liquidation calculation, and holds the VST collateral balances. When a liquidation is offset, the stability pool debt from the liquidation is canceled with an equal amount of VST in the pool, which is burned. Individual deposits absorb debt from the liquidated vault in proportion to their deposit as a share of total deposits. Similarly, the liquidated vault's collateral is assigned to depositors in the same proportion. For example, a liquidation that empties 30% of the stability pool will reduce each deposit by 30%, no matter the size of the deposit. Example. Okay, trove. Again with the trove, bro. Again with the trove. Okay. Are they troves or are they vaults? Make up your mind. All right. Here's an example of stability pool absorbing liquidations. The stability pool contains 3 depositors, A, B, and C, and the XYZ USD price is 100. XYZ is the collateral. There are 2 vaults to be liquidated, tier 1 and T2. Okay, collateral XYZ. Yeah, I mean, this is all pretty self-explanatory. If you want to read through their case scenarios, you can do that yourself. I'm not going to read all the numbers. Okay, eventually a deposit can be fully used up in absorbing debt and reduced to zero. This happens whenever a liquidation occurs that empties the stability pool. A deposit stops earning collateral gains when it has been reduced to zero. Stability pool implementation. A depositor obtains their compounded deposits and corresponding collateral gain in a pool-based manner. The system calculates the depositor's compounded deposit and accumulated collateral gain. Blah, blah, blah. Depositors, blah, blah, blah. Okay. How deposits and collateral gains are tracked. We use a highly scalable method of tracking deposits and collateral gains that has O1 complexity. When a liquidation occurs, rather than updating each depositor's deposit and collateral gain, we simply update the two intermediate variables, a product P and a sum S. The mathematical manipulation allows us to factor out the initial deposit and accurately track all depositors' compounded deposits accumulated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the formula is derived here. They have a link. Oh, cool. Link doesn't work. All right. It goes to a GitHub that no longer exists. All right. It's funny. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, Vesta. Again, hit me up. We'll clean your shit up. You need an editor. I think it's clear. Okay, here we go. Here's a paper. This is similar spirit to the simpler blah blah blah. Okay, so here's some paper. All right, cool. Oh, I may read papers too. That's another thing. If you guys have like papers or anything you want me to read, you should send them to me. Leave them in the comments or hit me up on Twitter or something. I don't mind reading papers. Actually, I have some saved that I've been procrastinating reading. So maybe I'll read them here. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll do that. Okay, so basically the stability pool is just a basic vault function. It's not that complicated. Deposit in the vault. So if you want to make money on Vesta, I don't know what the yields are. Like we can see, you've got ETH vault, Bitcoin vault. You can see how much collateral. So these are pretty well over collateralized. But basically you can deposit into their stability pool and make money when liquidations occur. I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty low risk yield. How scalable it is obviously depends on how many liquidations are happening relative to the amount of money in the pool. But so you can see there's surprised they don't have like a, yeah, I guess they can't necessarily like list an APY because it depends on the price variations. But like, let's look at the ETH vault real quick. So, oh, here we go. They have 3% right now. Okay. So they've got 2.6 million VST issued via Ethereum in the ETH vault. So that's basically people depositing Ethereum and taking VST out as collateral. And then they've got 582,000 VST deposited in the vault for stability. So you can probably do the math on that. I'm not going to, but basically there's a good amount to cover because the collateralization rate is 185%. So it's, ETH would have to drop a good amount for anything bad to happen here. Okay, cool. And obviously, as this ratio goes down, I'm assuming that the yield would go higher because there would be more liquidations. And so if the 580,000 VST were to remain the same, what I'm guessing would happen, or what I know would happen, would basically be, say there's like, I'm just going to use a basic number. Let's say there's 500,000 VST in the pool, providing stability, and then there's $50,000 worth of liquidations. Well, then that would be 10%, right? And then if all of a sudden ETH dropped a lot and there was $100,000 worth of liquidations, well, then now instead the yield would be 20%. And if the yield is that high, you're probably going to get more people depositing in the stability pool because the incentive is there. So that's kind of the theory behind this. Okay, makes sense. So Vesta reward stability pool. Stability pool providers earn vested tokens. Yeah, the other thing we need to read about is the actual token itself. Is this a worthless governance token? How do we make money? Should we buy Vesta token? This is not financial advice, obviously. Okay. Stability pool providers earn Vesta tokens continuously over time in proportion to the size of their deposit. Issuance rate is determined by the core team on a bi-weekly basis to ensure that there is enough liquidity in the stability pool. Doing so guarantees the safety of the protocol while keeping Vesta issuance low to minimize inflation. We are expecting a model of the stability pool that's self-sustaining. It would no longer depend on Vesta incentives. This would drive forward a more sustainable liquidation model and alleviate selling pressure on Vesta. So that's kind of like interesting. So you basically rely on the team. They say they determine it on a bi-weekly basis. Okay, fine for now, I guess. At some point, I would like that to be not determined by the team. But okay, cool for now, whatever. Vesta launched in February, I believe. So, it's like 5 months old or something right now, or 4 months old. So not that old, so I'll cut him a little slack. Okay, redemption, any VST holder. But by the way, did you catch the last part? We are exploring a model of the stability pool that is self-sustaining. It would no longer depend on Vesta incentives. And basically, this would drive forward a more sustainable liquidation model and alleviate selling pressure on Vesta. Key point there. So that means obviously there's a lot of selling pressure on Vesta. We'll see what the buying pressure potentially could be on Vesta. Here's a quick. Let's go to deck screener real quick. Oh, screener. Here we go. I have Vesta on my list over here, I think. What happened to Vesta? Am I missing it? Am I blind? Did I remove it by accident? Let's see. Vesta. 1.7 mil market cap. Boy, oh boy. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. All right. There you go. So it launched. I'll ignore the initial buy dump, but basically it was bought back up to 440 roughly. And it's now 33 cents. So that's a little rough, but it is a 1.7 million market cap shitcoin, and pretty much everything's down bad right now, so I'm not going to give them too much heat for that. But this is what we want to see, because this is why we are here, right? If you're watching this video in the bear market, it's because you actually want to make money, right? You're not here for the bull season. You know that the money is made in the bear market. Let's hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's go full screen. Let's go full screen for a second. It's a little motivation for everybody watching. We are 37 minutes roughly into this video right now, and you've listened to me just talk about a lending platform on an L2 of Ethereum. It's about as boring as it gets, but you're here listening to it. If you've made it this far, I want you to know, all bullshit aside, we are not all going to make it. WAGMI was a scam. I think this is clear, but some of us will make it, hopefully. And I would say that a good filter for people who will make it is people who watch 40-minute plus long videos, deep diving on a specific protocol. I think that means you're somewhat interested, and you probably are willing to put in the time and work that it takes to make it when the next bull market comes. And when we see charts like this, and I'm not saying I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of Vesta or anything like that. So far, I'm medium feeling about it. But the point is, this thing is down, whatever, 92%, probably even more, whatever. Anyways, this is what you want to see. because this is something where like, hey, let's go to CoinGecko real quick. Let's go to CoinGecko and let's check out. Let's go to categories. Let's go to DeFi. All right. Let's look at Aave. Aave is at a 1.3 billion market cap. Okay. 1.7 for Vesta. Let's call it roughly, that's roughly 1,000x bigger. Roughly. Not exactly. Yeah, 700x, whatever. 700x bigger. And this is a bear market, right? Aave was like worth, I don't even know, it was worth like 4 or 5 billion or something at its peak. So if you're buying Vesta here because you think, or forget Vesta itself, right? But you think it has a chance at making it, and you're right. And let's say Ave's worth 10 in the next cycle, maybe more. Let's just go with a conservative 10 here. And you think Vesta could be worth 2? Vesta could be worth 2, 1 or 2 maybe. Well, you just found yourself 1,000xer, baby. This is how you do it. This is how you make it in the bear market. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. And yeah, it can be boring sometimes. It might not be the most entertaining video. There's lots of stuff you can watch on YouTube. But you're here. And I'm here. And I'm happy to be with you. So that's your motivation for today. We are not all going to make it. But some of you watching will. And if you made it this far in the video, you probably have a decent chance of watching it. So there's your motivation. All right. Anyways, let's get back to work. Let's stop bullshitting around here. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep going a little bit. It's basically, I think it's pretty clear what they're doing. I think it's an interesting concept for Vesta. I guess the question is like a few things. Are they going to be able to capture like meaningful market share from like Aves and all these guys? Well, potentially, right? Because if this actually does scale and they're able to provide 0% interest loans, especially when the next bull market comes around, keep in mind, people aren't borrowing that much right now because most of the borrowing that occurs in bull markets is to buy other coins and keep stacking up collateral as much as you can to maximize your gains. And so obviously people aren't doing that right now, because especially on chain, because everything's pretty much down only. But in a bull market, people will. And so if Vesta is able to sustainably provide 0% interest loans to people who want to borrow, and the VST token becomes widely accepted as a stable coin across many different protocols, then there definitely is reason why Vesta could be successful. That is like the bull thesis. So you have to basically ask yourself, do I think that this model is scalable in the first place? I think it is. I think my biggest fear would be that like incentivizing the stability pool enough, right? Like right now, it's 3%. It's not great. But if they could increase that somehow, that would be good. And we can maybe see ways that they could do that. And then will VST itself get broad adoption, right? If they can get VST to get broad adoption, then this probably has a chance of doing well. How will they do that? Well, that's where the Tetranode thing is interesting. Obviously, that's a guy who is connected and he works with a lot of protocols. Whatever opinions you have about him, something that he does have power over is like, for example, can he get Vesta into curve pools, right? Using his curve convex influence. In fact, that's a good question. Does Vesta have a curve pool? Let's see. Oh, here we go. VST Frax. Interesting. So they do have a curve pool. Interesting. Okay. So he's already doing it, basically. He's already getting them on the curve pool. Let's look through their Twitter a little bit real quick. I'm kind of tired of reading their docs for a minute. Contributor program. That's fine. Oh, this is an hour ago. Welcome to the first of many Curia recaps. What is this? They wrote a thread. Let's read this real quick. GMX vault strategy. Oh, is this vault new? I saw the GMX vault. Huh, maybe this is new. Oh yeah, there's only 9,000 GMX in it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. In this series, we'll be giving some short form, meaningful posts on our governance forum, Curia. First up is a proposed collateral mobilization strategy for GMX. I might do a video on GMX. I think a lot of you guys probably know what that is, but GMX is a very interesting protocol. I like GMX. I've done some deep dives on them before. I think they have a chance at being one of the more successful DeFi protocols. Okay. As the only platform that collateralizes GMX, this represents a huge pool of untapped potential. Currently, the capital sits idle doing nothing of worth. We believe that it is possible to make your assets work for you even when they're in a vault. The RFC, I'm guessing request for Curia. Is that what that means? Like RFP, request for proposal? What does Curia mean? Is Curia like some area? Is that Latin? Gathering of men. Look at that, dude. I've been studying a little Latin, boys. Studying a little Latin. That's like I needed a new hobby. We're going completely off topic at this point, but that's okay. I'll wrap it up in a minute. I needed a new hobby and I wanted something that would like be a little brain stimulating. And I don't know. I was watching some videos about like Latin and there's like old books in Latin that I want to read. And apparently Latin's not that hard to learn. So I speak English and Spanish. Well, I'm not fluent Spanish, but I can read Spanish pretty well. So it's not that hard, honestly. It's surprisingly easy. You should check it out. Read some Latin. It's fun, and you'll be like really fucking smart. People will be like, "Yo, this dude's Giga Brain, bro. He fucking knows Latin. What?" Anyways, bitches love Latin, bro. All right. We're the ADHD is kicking in a little bit. Okay. This request for Curia suggests that depositing of idle GMX and the associated vault into the native staking contract offered by GMX. This strategy has historically offered returns north of 25%. Blah, blah, blah. Unlike with Ether BTC, there may be no single mathematically optimal or even close to optimal staking solution for GMX. This is due to multiple outputs of any staking strategy. We outlined two strategies for GMX. Strategy one, vest and TP, take profit. We stake the GMX into ESGMX with any additional ESGMX reward being vested back into GMX tokens. We then automatically stake the multiplier points. Protocol fee will be distributed directly to users. Oh, I just realized I'm terrible. I didn't even have this on the screen the whole time. Oh boy. Well, it's okay. You guys are looking at my lovely face. Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay, so they have some GMX strategy. Okay, cool. That'd be cool. You should pass that. Anything else on their Twitter that's interesting? Hi, Omis. We oft raising the GO min cap to 2.5. Oh, I mentioned before, I think the reason why they offer more on Ohm borrowing, if you remember in the beginning, here we go. They let you borrow 110% ETH, 110% REN BTC, or 175% GOM. I think it's because I'm guessing one of two reasons. One, Tetranode and Ohm connections. And then two, because Ohm is backed by a treasury, a lot of which is stablecoins. So I'm guessing that's why they're willing to give more. What's the Olympus treasury? Do I even want to look at this? This is going to be sad. I'll look at this in a minute. I forgot they changed all this. Where's their like dashboard? I haven't been here in a while. Transparency. Where's the? Do I have to enter the app? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, 346 million. Oh, not that bad. Risk-free value. Here we go. 250 million. Okay, so that's why. So basically market cap of Ohm is 350 mil, but the stablecoin value of Ohm is 250 mil as far as what they have in the treasury. So it's really like Ohm is valued like at 100 mil, blah, blah, blah. So that's why they're willing to have more, because it's like you're depositing an asset itself that is somewhat backed. So that's why they're willing to let you borrow more against it, which is interesting. Okay. This week on Vesta Finance. I'm just going to read a couple more things on their Twitter, and then we'll probably wrap this up. We held an AMA, because a lot of this is like when I'm analyzing projects, like I'll go, my process is like pretty simple, right? I hear about something, read about something, whatever. I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. I'll check that out. And then normally what I do is I go to the docs first. One thing that is easy to get lazy with, in my opinion. Yeah, let's go back full screen here. One thing that's easy to get lazy with, in my opinion, is it's easy to just like read people's threads on Twitter, read some blog posts, and like call it a day. Be like, oh, I know about this protocol. And if it's like a fork of something, which, okay, Vesta is a fork. Vesta is technically a liquidity fork. If you don't know what liquidity is. Anyways, but still, I prefer to read docs. And the reason I prefer to read docs is because you can actually get like really in the nitty gritty of it. And it gives you just a much deeper understanding. And the reality is most people don't read the docs of these fucking projects. And that's why they don't understand how they work. And then Luna collapses and they're caught off guard when anybody who understood any of the mechanisms was like, yo, this is extremely obvious that it was going to collapse. And that's like a bigger, more obvious one. But that's the case for a lot of smaller projects too, right? So read your shit is basically my point. Read your damn shit. And then once you get like a thorough understanding, like reading through their docs, then I like to go more through like their Twitter. I'll go through like, I'm not going to do it today, but I'll go like hop in a Discord thing. Then I might go see like what other people's opinions are on it. I might read their like blogs, things like that. I'll go see if the founders have like an interview or anything. Oh, that's another thing. We need to find who the Vesta founders are. That's a good question. Normally I'll just go to who the protocol is following, and then you can find who the founders are. Mikey Millman. Oh, I follow him. I forgot. Okay, here we go. Mikey Milken. Okay, it's clearly an on. That's not him. Only 1,500 followers. Look at that. Under the radar. I should hit Mikey up. Mikey, do you want to come on the podcast, bro? Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so he did like an interview podcast over here. So I'll normally like see if I can find like, you got to gauge the founders. You can't just blindly buy into shit, in my opinion. I know people don't pay that much attention to founders all the time, unless it's like a cult founder, like a Danny or Do Kwon. Most of the time, people are just looking at the protocols themselves. Who else is here? Astolfo. Who is Astolfo? 230 followers. Well, these people have no followers. It's kind of, that might be good. Be good, honestly. This person has a Substack. Didactic organization. Some interesting trends in DAO structures. Oh, this person probably agrees with me on DAOs. Relics of the bygone, pseudo DAOs. I think DAOs are shitty. That's my opinion. Okay, I'm not going to read all this now, but interesting. Okay, so this person is writing stuff. Do they have more stuff? 2. Okay. Well, it's a good start. Oh, I think DCF God is invested in this too, right? Atom, co-founder and CTO. I received some messages about how I set up Solidity project. Here's my template I always use, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this person's like posting GitHub shit, GitHub templates. That's what you want to see. You want to see a founder who's kind of a nerd. I'm going to be honest. That's good. Oh, they're quoting Steven Deal, who blocked me on Twitter. You guys know who Steven Deal is? The guy who Apparently runs a private blockchain company and shits on public blockchains constantly and has the little cartoon avatar with a ponytail. There's a lot of issues, blah, 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 but okay, so he's attacking Stephen Deal. We like that. We like when they dislike our enemies. Writing threads if you want to find a job as a blockchain developer. Interesting. What is this? Okay. It's from Vesta. Have you ever felt stuck on chain? Have you ever felt you wanted to ape coin, but have your entire big D 7-fig net worth stuck on Arbitrum? Have you ever wondered why you have to bridge? Introducing Xmint, cross-chain minting. Cross-chain minting Xmint of VST enabled through cross-chain messaging services will allow VST to be minted across multiple ecosystems. Oh, see? I didn't know this. This is why you look through the Twitter. Did they mention this anywhere in the docs? I don't see roadmap. No more collateral types. Layer 2 dominance. We are starting deployment of Arbitrum. We plan to extend Vesta to other layer 2 solutions such as ZK Stink and Optimism. Blah blah blah. Multi-chain. Okay, so they did say here that they want to expand to like non-EVM, Solana, and Near. But I don't see anything about it. Okay. So they let you basically mint VST cross-chain now with collateral on different chains. That's pretty cool, dude. I like that. See, that's useful. Okay, cool. All right, Adam, I'm going to follow you. All right, I think that's good on the Twitter. All right, the last thing that we didn't read is the Vesta Tokenomics. Here we go. And I wanted to read this a little bit. I don't know how in depth they go. I just want to see where the value of Vesta comes from. Like, why should you own Vesta? Okay, so we'll go over this quickly. Vesta total supply will be 100 million. Here's the detailed breakdown. So, okay, Olympus got 6%, core team 11%, core team future 10%, advisor 4%, strategic partner fundraise 6%, LQTY liquidity stakers. So they did that because they're a liquidity fork, as I mentioned previously. Treasury bootstrapping event, first round of whitelisting community treasury. Okay. So core team 11 plus 10 is 21 plus advisors 25 plus strategic partner 31. So 31% is internal plus 6% to Olympus. I don't think Olympus is going to sell. That's one of their things that they say, like they don't sell their partners tokens. So I guess you can consider it somewhat locked. I'm not saying at no point could they ever be sold, but 37%, but I'll leave off the Olympus for now. So 31% is basically team and investors. Treasury bootstrapping event was that. Oh, here we go. 8% of the tokens that are not distributed by the TBE will be returned to the treasury for distribution via other mechanisms. All tokens sold. More details about the TBE can be found here. I just want to know, was this public or was this okay? It's Copper launch. Okay, so it was public. All right. Whitelisted contributors 2%. Okay, so 33%. So a third of the supply is the team and investors. That's reasonable. As long as you're in that range, like 30s or lower, I'm cool for the most part. I think when it starts getting above 40 is when it's like, all right, this definitely is kind of a cash grab. I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair. Definitely not like cash grab, but it's like, it's a lot. And, people, especially investors, want to fucking make money and they're going to dump their tokens. So, strategic partners have 6%, advisors 4%. So that's 10% roughly. That's fine. Okay, initial farming program, community treasury, 47% of supply, grants council, 2%. That's fine. Oh, here we go. Advisors or key partners. Our advisors include Maki. Okay. I like Maki, Sushi. DCF God, the Lau brothers. I thought Tetranode was involved. Pretty sure he is, unless he is not, and I'm mistaken. Let's look up Tetranode. Vesta. See if we can find anything real quick on Twitter. There we go. Here's a tweet from the 4th. I'm pretty sure he is involved. Okay. Pretty sure he's involved. Okay. Anyways. Strategic Angels, Olympus DAO. Vesta has formed a close partnership with Olympus DAO. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Liquidity stakers. Yeah. Okay. Vesting schedule, the strategic round in Olympus DAO is a 2-year linear vesting with a 6-month cliff. That's not. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not that great. It's not that great. The raise was December 21. So we're already past 6 months. Whitelist. Okay, whatever. Governance overview. Okay, so that's it. So how does Vesta make money? Fees in Vesta. Here we go. Vesta generates fee revenue. Oh, let me go back 1 second. Vesta generates fee revenue from 2 operations: redemptions and issuance of new VST tokens. Redemption fees are paid in the underlying collateral. Issuance fees when a user opens a vault or issues more VST from their existing vault are paid in VST. Redemption fee. The redemption fee is taken as a cut of the total collateral drawn from the system in a redemption. It is based on the current redemption rate. In the Trove Manager, calculates conscious state. What? Oh, whoa. What is this? What is this, folks? Liquidity staking.sol. Vesta. Did you copy and paste your docs from Liquidity, who you forked, and you forgot to go through and remove all the spots that say Liquidity? Is that what happened here? Did I just catch you? Is Trove? Is the reason you have... Hold on. Liquidity crypto. Look at that. I've searched it in the past. There you go. I don't even know when I searched that. Liquidity crypto. Let's see. Hold on. I have a theory here. Let's go to Liquidity docs, eh? Actually, here, can I just find Borrow Now? I just want to see if they call it Trove. Oh, I forgot Liquidity does this. I forgot that they do like different front ends. Hold on. I forgot about this. Hold on. Let me go to their docs real quick. Did we just catch them red-handed, dude? Copy and paste in their goddamn docs? Folks, I think we caught Vesta red-handed. Vesta, again, I'm going to repeat it for the 4th time. DeFi Mafia offers content services, editing services, white paper, docs, writing, and advisory services. This is what we do. I think I just demonstrated what we do for you. You should hire us. I would have made sure this mistake didn't happen. Okay, so that's what happens when you copy and paste docs. I'm not gonna go through and see how much was copy and pasted. I mean, to be fair, it's a fork, but come on. How hard is it to control F? How hard is it to control F? LQTY. Just saying. All right. Issuance fee. The issuance fee is charged on the VST drawn by the user and is added to the vault's VST debt. It is based on the current borrowing rate. When new VST are drawn via blah 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 blah, the VST is transferred to the Treasury. We're working on a feature that allows users to pay their issuance fee through their collateral, freeing them from acquiring extra VST to pay fees. Fee schedule. Here we go. Okay, base rate is decayed based on time passed since the last. Oh, I keep forgetting. I will get better next stream. I keep forgetting to make the full screen when I go off my face. Okay. Base rate is incremented by an amount proportional to the fraction of LUSD supply that was redeemed. Bro. Guys. You didn't even... This part, I think someone definitely, whoever wrote these docs, guys, come on. You fucking have LUSD here. I'm going to be honest with you. I was really into Vesta before I read these docs. And now that I see you're copy pasting LUSD, that's Liquidy's stablecoin. You didn't even swap out for VST. Bruh. Come on. Come on, guys. What is this? Come on, guys. What are we doing here? I'm going to guess this whole thing is like copy pasted. At least this part. I don't know about the other pages, but this part definitely is. The larger the redemption volume, the greater the fee percentage. The longer the time decay since the last operation, the more the base rate decreases. The intent to throttle redemptions with higher fees, blah, 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 blah. Furthermore, fees cannot become smaller than 0.5%, which in case of redemptions projects the redemption facility from being front run by arbitrageurs. Some of my favorite words. Arbitrageurs that are faster than the price feed. The 5% maximum on issuance is meant to keep the system somewhat attractive. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they generate issuance fees. It's not super clear. So like money goes to the Treasury for Vesta. Do they have like stats? I want to know. Yeah, not super clear how Vesta token, VSTA, gets value. They don't mention in tokenomics. I guess issuance fees go to Treasury. VSTA is backed by Treasury. I don't know if they like pay out any type of dividend or anything like that. Staking. Does this link not work? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was basically my last question, and it's not super clear. I don't think it keeps a ton of value. All right. Well, anyways, that was it for the first episode. This is why you read docs, folks. I think this is a good demonstration of why you read docs. Do you want to invest in a project that wasn't thorough enough to like read through their docs and make edits like that? I don't know. It's not damning on the project. I'm sure it is a fork, like I said, but still, even if you're forking, I mean, this is pretty bad. Which was the one fee schedule? Like literally leaving LUSD when VST is your token. That's kind of bad. Come on, guys. We can do better than this. Anyways, yeah, how do I feel? Before this, I felt okay. Now I'm like, eh. But again, I guess, it's down like, I mean, the market cap is 1.7 million and fully diluted is like 14 million or something like that. So if they can figure out how to make more money, convince me that VSTA is going to accrue value, I'm still interested. But that's why we read docs. I think we learned a good amount today. So anyways, I encourage you all to continue to do your own research on Vesta. I think we learned a good amount today on how it works. Stability pools, how they keep their token collateralized. They make money with issuance fees, so they don't need to charge to borrowers. I think it's a decent model. Honestly, I do. I like that. I like the cross chain thing. I like that you can borrow, or I guess you can mint VST on other chains that are not Arbitrum against your collateral that's on Arbitrum. That is cool. I like that. Anyways, maybe I'll get them on the podcast. Maybe I'll try that. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe they don't want to come on now that I exposed them. Should I name this video? Should I do YouTube clickbait? Should I do the thumbnail? Exposed. Vesta exposed. I think I'm going to do that. All right. Anyways, we've been going for over an hour. I'm done. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have other stuff you want me to talk about, comment, papers, protocols, topics, whatever. Let me know. And not all these will be solo. Some of them may have like Mike or Dylan or even maybe a guest on. That'd be interesting. A guest analysis. That would be good. All right. See you guys later.